All right, guys, I wanted to give you a couple of final tips on writing the capstone research paper. I know that a few of you are deep into writing the third draft of the paper already. More than half of the classes already submitted their first draft, right? But revising the paper is always, as with all papers, is always a great idea, as it is a part of the writing process, right? Revising, reviewing, redrafting. So I'm going to go over a couple of tips here for you to write this paper. And when I click next, something should happen. So if you look at the general guidelines for the paper under course assignments, right, and also under course content, right? I clearly define what I want you to do. And when it's not clear, please ask, right? As usual. So the paper is a research paper, right? So it has to report on the research that you conduct. And it also has to have an argument, a claim that you're going to make very clear, which will be supported by this research, right? In total, you need 3 quotes. It says 4 here, but it's actually 3 quotes. I can't add 2 plus 1, right? 2 quotes must come from peer-reviewed sources that you find on your own, and 1 quote must come from articles that we read in class, right? Before we go on, take a second to take a break and maybe text somebody in your group or post something in your group discussion board stating the following. What is the point of your project? What is the, what do you call it? What is the claim that you're making? And what do you hope to find out, right? What is it really all about? So this is what we would call an outline. And if you've already done your paper, do a reverse outline so you can check yourself. You can check your project against what you were expected to do as per the guidelines, right? How do you do it? You choose a topic, right? You research it. You report what you have discovered. You react to the research, which is the main part of the paper itself. And then you conclude it, right? So as far as part A, choosing the topic, you could brainstorm anything that connects to the overarching topic of our class of identity and place would be good, including themes from the book. Okay. When you're conducting the research, watching the video from Professor Eaton's library orientation is really good. From there, you need to get at least 2 resources that you think are connected to the topic of your research. As you read the research, follow my guidelines that, I've shown on previous lectures. How do you read a journal article? That peer-reviewed journal article is going to have a pretty strict format. So you start with the abstract, figure out if it's connected to your research. Once you do choose it, take plenty of notes. You will need those notes. You will need those notes later when you begin quoting, right? When you begin quoting and advancing with your research. After that, you have to begin writing the report, right? And the report will really be a reaction to the points that you have discovered, right? I suggest that you start by, going through your notes, find something that really connects to the point that you are making, to the claim that you had established in the introduction of your paper, right? Then, after that, you're going to begin a process of quoting, paraphrasing, and commenting, right? What I mean by this is that for each line that you quote, you need to paraphrase it in 2 lines. And then you need 4 lines of your own commentary about that quote. If you follow this formula and you give me a quote that's, say, 2 lines long, you will be setting yourself up for 8 lines of commentary, which makes for a pretty healthy paragraph discussing this quote, showing how the quote connects to your research and how it supports it and so on, right? Most of the writing that you will do in this paper will be your comments, right? It won't be just a collection of quotes, right? Um, um, this is something that we've discussed before. So again, before you start reporting on the research, you have to start with at least one page to introduce the topic. Um, Similarly to the oral history project, right? Except that that one was a little shorter. You tell me why you chose that topic, how it connects to our class, right? What did you know about it? What were some of the assumptions? What were you hoping to find through your research, right? After you do the research, then after you report on that research, you're going to conclude the paper, right? And for that, you only need one paragraph, and you can use any of these strategies here to do it. Okay. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you.